What's going on, Trollomaniacs? Welcome back to the channel, and I just covered Sony's games that are exclusive to the PlayStation this year, and maybe the PlayStation 5. You can see in the video above, or at the end of this video, there'll be a link. But we're moving on to Microsoft, and Microsoft has big plans, not just for gaming, but hardware. We know their next console is coming out at the end of the year, and so with that, the games I'm talking about today are going to be most likely for that console as well as the Xbox One. These games also come out on PC, a few of them, so this is exclusive to Microsoft, maybe not just the Xbox, but they're not going to be on PlayStation and they're not going to be on the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's see what Microsoft has planned for their exclusive games for 2020. We're going to start at the end of the year. 2020, around the holiday, has a game. It's called Halo Infinite. Have you guys ever heard of Halo? It's this kind of amazing shooter, first person, if you haven't played it, that came out for the original Xbox, and it was mind-blowing. There's games that have been called the Halo Killer. They've been chasing that game for years, and frankly, I'm not sure really anything's caught up to it other than maybe Call of Duty in terms of popularity. At the end of this year, Halo Infinite is dropping, and I can almost bet this is a launch title for the newest console, but that doesn't mean the Xbox One is going to be left in the dust. So Halo Infinite coming holiday 2020. Using a brand new game engine, this is going to have some of the best graphics you've ever seen from a Halo game. And with the new 4K Xbox Series X, ridiculous hardware, amazing processor and graphics card, that is probably going to be the system to play it on if you want to see it in its best form. But either way, this looks to be a pretty cool game. All right, we're bringing it back a few months. We're going to get to a game coming out actually towards the end of this first quarter. At the end of March, we're getting Bleeding Edge. Now, this is a brawler consisting of teams of 4 doing battle against each other. And it kind of reminds me of like Overwatch, kind of a game in that same vein where you pick your player, they have special unique abilities, and you go and you fight for others. Now, for me, the only game that I really enjoyed playing like this was League of Legends for the PC. I loved League of Legends. And this is definitely going to be a step up in terms of graphics and the way you play it. It's not going to have that top-down kind of isometric view. You're getting a really good-looking game. But again, this is one that I'm not sure if it's going to be a huge seller or it's going to be one that you just play with your buddies on the weekends like Rocket League or something like that. But this is going to be a fun 4-on-4 arena battle starting off with 12 playable characters, each with their own unique abilities. Coming in April, we have an XCOM style game, but it's exclusive to the Xbox because it involves Gears of War. It's called Gears Tactics. If you like that strategic gameplay of XCOM, but you want to do it within the Gears of War lore and the world, then this is the game for you. Completely different than your typical Gears of War gameplay, but this is going to be a really cool action strategy game that's going to take the best of both worlds, XCOM and Gears, put it together, and hopefully create a game that people are going to absolutely love. For me, I am terrible at strategy games, RTS games, anything that requires pausing and moving my stuff around, not good at it. But I can already tell with Gears attached to it, this is probably going to be a big hitter. Obsidian had a great year last year, and really it was one big game. The Outer Worlds blew everybody's expectations away and really was a Game of the Year contender. And this year they're bringing out an Xbox exclusive in Grounded. This is a game that is a completely new approach to what we're used to. In this game, you are doing a survival game. You are trying to be the survivor in this outlandish world. But here's the deal. It's not quite what you're thinking. You are shrunk down to the size of an ant, and you are trying to survive in a backyard. Yeah, you heard me right. You are literally like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style, trying to survive in your backyard. You build a base, you defend yourself by any means necessary, you can grab 3 buddies, you can play with co-op if needed. It actually sounds pretty fun, and I'm a huge fan of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, so if they take some of those elements and can make it into a fun gameplay experience, and I'm pretty sure with the track record Obsidian had, especially with last year, this one's going to be good. Tell me why. I mean, that's not really a question. It's actually the name of a game from the creators of Life is Strange. This game, you know, is going to be a tearjerker, a heartstring puller, an emotional roller coaster. If you played Life is Strange, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. With this, you are attached to a set of twins that follows Tyler and Allison, who have a special bond that you have to use and follow them around and unravel the mysteries surrounding their childhood. This will be a 3-episode piece, so you're probably going to get one in May and the rest throughout the rest of the year. And you know there's going to be some tough decisions, multiple endings, and some really, really mature situations to deal with. If you were playing games in the 80s and you played the original Wasteland, you probably didn't expect that 32 years later you'd be playing the final game in the series. And by final, I don't mean like Wasteland 32. It's Wasteland 3. Talk about a huge gap between 1, 2, and 3. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this post-apocalyptic RPG takes place in the cold regions of Colorado. You can brave it alone or you can play co-op, which is really cool. I know everybody played the original game solo, so if you want to go hide in your cave and log out of everything and just play this game alone, feel free. If you're a fan of Wasteland, this has been a long time coming. This turn-based party game focuses on tactical combat and major decision making. And for you guys who've been waiting, good on you. I have not played Wasteland. I did not realize the original came out in '88, but hey, obviously there's a need for it, so bring it on! Crossfire X is a console exclusive to the Xbox, and it's a popular first-person shooter that was actually in Japan known as Crossfire. Microsoft somehow got the rights to it, brought it over, added an X to the end, and here we go. Two factions that battle against each other in various game modes, kind of like Counter-Strike is what it sounds like. Not a lot is actually known about this at the time, but this was a massively popular game in Japan, and it might even be a free-to-play game. I'm not 100% sure, but Crossfire X is a first-person shooter that has some fun team-based battles. Well, next up is the old tried and true flight simulator. For those of you who are afraid of heights but want to fly an airplane, this is probably the best, closest version you can get. This has been a staple in the Microsoft catalog for PC players for a long time, and now finally the Xbox is, getting their feet wet with it. But this version will allow you to fly almost anywhere, and it uses the Bing Maps to make the terrain even more realistic, which is insane. So we're using real locations with Bing Maps so you can actually fly. So I have not played Flight Simulator since I was in like 5th grade. I've seen some video footage of it, but this looks about as legit as it gets. I mean, it looks like you're actually flying a plane with all the crap you have to do. So if you're a pilot or you want to be a pilot or you just want to fly some planes around, this looks pretty rad. 12 minutes. What does that mean? Well, to me, it means a lot of things, but here it means the title of a game coming out. Yeah, 12 minutes, because this game plays like Groundhog Day. You have 12 minutes and you have to play it over and over again until you finally get the conclusion you want, or maybe you don't want. This is about a husband who comes home, finds out that his wife is pregnant, and while they're celebrating, a cop comes in and accuses her of murder. She eventually dies, and that's kind of your first thing. Okay, what? Now you go back and you play the 12 minutes over again and try to come to a peaceful conclusion. I don't know how many endings this is going to have. I don't know how much replayability it's going to have after the initial solving of this mystery, but it's really cool and really intriguing. I love the idea of playing 12 minutes over and over again and having to figure out how to solve this. So if you're a fan of just like kind of these puzzle-based games, this is definitely one for you. Graphics are not going to blow you away, but it looks pretty fun. Ori and Will the Wisps drops in just a few months, and this is going to be one that is going to be popular. It's going to be amazing. It's so beautiful. The original game was so fun. The aesthetics were amazing, and the gameplay / kind of puzzle platforming was really it just blew everybody away when it came out. This one is going to be easily not flying under the radar. It's going to be a good day one pickup, and they did make a few subtle gameplay changes just to make it easier. The quality of life changes, nothing major to gameplay. It's all going to be here, bigger and better than ever, and I cannot wait for the release. There you go, gamers. There's your Xbox exclusives for 2020. A couple of those games are going to show up on PC, but that's because Microsoft is a PC company, and there's a lot of PC exclusives. With that being said, let me know what game you are looking forward to. Ori and Will the Wisps, definitely going to be good. The new Halo game, I need to play the old one still. Oh my gosh, there's so many games, so little time. What am I going to do? Film more videos, play more games. All right, guys, I got Nintendo Switch coming out in a few days. Check it out. Keep trolling, keep rolling. We'll talk to you later.